Alright everybody, welcome to another episode of Unique Adventurez. This weekend we are out here doing our campground review out here at Screamin Eagle Campground out here outside of Ocean City, right outside of Ocean Shores. And we're going to give you all the site-by-sites. We're going to start off here with this campground. The site numbers are a little odd and off a little bit, so I'm going to try to do my best with it. So just kind of keep that in mind. If I mess up, I'm going to put a little overlay and let you know. So site 1 is actually right on this fence line. It goes all the way back. I'm going to put a little overlay here of what that opening looks like. Now, for these sites on this left side going all the way down here, some of these sites will have access to some water on the back side. That is Connor Creek back there, and I honestly think we may have scored one of the best sites to have a little bit of view of that. So definitely stay tuned for that as we go down through the campground. This is in March of 2023. And it was a pretty rainy weekend out here, so there's not a lot of people here, so it'll leave everything pretty wide open. So our first site here is number 1. Number 3 is another tent site, and it doesn't go back very far. You're right on top of site number 5, so some of these sites are a little squished together, but 5, you're fitting in at least 30 feet there, looking good. You got number 7. Like I said, it's a little odd with some of the sizings and stuff here. And then you got site number 8, and you see that big long stick looking thing there. That's for the Wi-Fi. So they do have Wi-Fi here, which is nice. We will come back and talk about this other site right here, but this is number 8. This is a pull through, only one of the 2 pull throughs here. Got some nice little area out the back side there. You got site number 10. These sites here got a little bit of that access to that creek. Definitely not a lot bigger of a site there. You got site number 11. The site here is a little more a little bit shorter, but you're starting to get into some of this tree cover here, which is really nice. And then you got us here in site number 12. And this site I like because you got a little bit of privacy on both sides, but you do got a little spot back there that's got some opening into the water, where you can, check that out, Connor Creek. But then after that, you start getting a lot of these open sites. I like this because it's a little more privately set back. So you got sites 14, 15, which goes back pretty far, 16, 16, yep, doesn't go back as far, 17, which goes back a little bit shorter than that. So definitely keep that in mind, and those are all RV sites. We're going to talk about this right side here in a minute as we come back through. Site number 18, this is a tent site. So the remainder of these sites up to 22 in this back here are all going to be tent only. But you see you got yourself a nice little pad back there. You're probably going to have some of that creek access. So you got 19, another tent site. These are a little bit more narrow here. Yeah, site number 20 right in front of us. Doesn't really look like it's got a fire ring, or maybe it will when the season opens up a little bit more. 21 right here, still no fire ring. And then you got site number 22. The plain site 22s. I'm not sure if this kind of goes down there maybe, and you got a little spot there by the creek, and then you got a bunch of 22 lettered sites down here. Mind you, these are all tents. So you got 22A right there. Oh yeah, you got that water access there. Look at that. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know about this, a little marshy back here. If it's not wet, I bet this is going to be great. 22A, 22B, 22C looks to be the bigger of the sites. Back here, looks like it dives back here pretty far. And then you've got D is supposed to be in here somewhere. I'm not sure if it's tucked around that corner. Then you've got 22E, and 22E is a group site for tents. I think they said like 4 or 5 tents back here, so you can have yourself a little congregated action. I'm assuming you could park cars maybe like right here, and then have all this privately here. So, but do look, it can get wet back here, and I'm assuming that's why they've got all this shut down right now, because of all the wet. And then you got sites 23 through 28. I believe you can fit some bigger trailers, RVs into these sites, and I think this campground has got something that I don't typically see. And as you can see behind me here, all the cages and stuff in there, those are horse corrals. So, and a popular thing to do out here at Ocean Shores is you can go riding your horses on the beach. So right through here, if you come through and you go down the road probably about maybe a quarter mile, you're right on the beach. So this is probably pretty attractive to people who want to get their horses out and get down on the beach. So do keep that in mind. If you're camping down here, you might come see some horses down here. Maybe you want to take a walk and maybe, you know, check out some horses if somebody's got a horse here. I don't know. So you got site 23, 24, 25 seem to be the longer ones, and I'm assuming these are primarily for what the horse corrals are for. There's no privacy in between these. These three look to be decent sized. You got 26, 27, 28, and 29. A little marshy there. You've also got full bathrooms here, which is really nice. Showers. They've also got a dish cleaning, clam cleaning area over on that right side right there, which is good. You got the dump station right here, and we're gonna go up here, and you got sites 30 and 31, and so up here on site 30, you're up on this plateau. You don't really have a lot of privacy. You've got the road right here, and then you got everybody else down below you. Plus, that's also to keep an eye out for a bit down here. You might have some people looking in on you a little bit. And you got neighbors on the other side. But it's very flat. Got your little fire ring. So we got 31. A little bit more private, I would say. You could park some cars and kind of get some more privacy. But make sure you hit that like button right now. Make sure, let me know, what do you think so far? We thought this to be a very chill place to get out. If you tried to get out to one of the state parks and you didn't make it, this is really close into town. You can still do all your Ocean Shores things. If you haven't seen the top things to do at Ocean Shores, I'm going to link that video right here where we go out and we show you all the top things to do just down the street. You got a little cabin here. I think this fits a couple of people, 3 to 4, same family. I think there's 15 amp electricity in that one. Got a couple more RV sites, 35. You're gonna kind of open up probably into this other site on the downside there. So kind of keep that in mind. I actually like this site. This is 36. Gives you a lot of privacy up here, and it goes back a mile. Like, you could put a big rig in here and be okay. And you got the Wi-Fi repeater right there, so you're kind of tucked away. This is another little sleeper site here. Obviously you got the road or one of the side streets going into the beach right there, but still fairly shaded, so don't sleep on that 36. And this here is a group spot. I think this is 37. This is group for tents, and it's pretty big. I think like 4 or 5 tents, I think, is what they were claiming on the site. You do have water right on the site, which is nice. Pretty quiet little campground. Right now I think it's like $45 a night, so a little bit more expensive than your state parks, but there's some other places here in the area that maybe we'll go to a little bit later and check those out, but they're more spendy than this. So you got this other site here. I don't remember. Oh, it's 41. This is a little tent site, but it's right next to the road there, so you know, kind of keep your eye out for that. We got just a couple more here. If you've hung around so far, what are you thinking so far? We like it. This is your other pull through here. I think this is 43. Yes, this is 43. So you pull in here, have your little access here. This one here isn't too bad either, because all your livable area will be over there, it'll be private. And then another RV site right here in the front. I'm gonna link what the site name is, because I'm not seeing it right now, but you can see if there's a little bit of water here, your little area there is gonna be under, so kind of keep that in mind. And then you got site number 46, another good flat livable area. You're right next to the office store area here, which, you know, makes it convenient to get those last minute things. We have totally enjoyed ourselves here, and so have these dogs. But what do you think? That's pretty much the campground. We liked it. It was nice for a little weekend away right outside of Ocean Shores, which makes it really convenient. I would probably come back here. I'm not sure how crazy it would get in the summertime, but it's okay. And if you got horses, this is your jam. Definitely a cool spot. So make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, so when we go to private campgrounds out here in Ocean Shores and show you places where you can take your horses, you won't miss it. But until then, we'll see you guys in the next adventure.